everybody, Glenn here, and I've got an interesting unboxing for you today. This one is the Stan Lee box. Now, you recall, I got November's Stan Lee box, which was Villains or Darkness Descends, whatever it was called. And I did that one in early December. That was the November box. And it's a every other month box, so this is the January box. I just got it on the 1st of February, so pretty late. In fact, on their website, the Stan Lee box website, the big banner up at the top, sorry about how late everything is, hope you enjoy it, blah, 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 blah. So late box, which is why I was surprised when it showed up, because it is so late, and apparently when I tried to cancel it, it had already moved over to the next billing cycle, so I got charged for it. So another $50 Stan Lee box. Wasn't that impressed with the last one. Couple of things that I found were pretty good with Stan Lee box. Number one was the value. The value was well over the $50. It was about twice the value as far as I can tell, but a lot of that comes from the fact that the Stan Lee variant cover comics are very high valued, especially when they first come out. So I think they're a little overvalued for comics. So I think that's where a lot of the value comes from, and I think it's a little bit overvalued as a box. We're going to see this time around, but that's kind of my thought process with why the last box was hitting the value. So that's the one thing I like. You know, there's some value there. The other thing is that it's very well presented. Shipping is good when it gets here, and I like that it's shipped. This box is shipped in another box. It keeps it protected. It's pretty pristine when it gets to you. It's a good looking box. The box itself is pretty suitable for collecting. Now all the boxes look the same, so I don't know if you'd want more than one, but the boxes always come in great shape, and that may be a minor point to you. It may be no point to you, but to me it says a lot about a company and how they ship their boxes. So those are the couple things I like. I wasn't that impressed with the box itself, so let's see what we've got for January. Don't even know what the theme is, none of that. Excelsior Stan Lee. Better Together is the theme. Now, here's the thing that kind of tells you it's a late box. Kind of a Christmassy winter theme. I don't know if this was supposed to be the December box, maybe, because you've got Stan Lee elf on the front, and looking at the spoiler card real quick before I look at the items, there's Christmassy stuff in here. So this is the Better Together box. We've got Stan Lee's little intro to it here. I'm not going to read the whole thing. It's really really long, but it basically talks about companions, teams, heroes working together. And it's funny that it actually talks a little bit about some DC characters as well. So talking about the Justice League and all that kind of stuff, which is funny. So anyway, so there is the spoiler cards in here. We won't look at that. We've got a lovely ad. If you're getting this box, I'm not sure why you would have an ad for the box, because it saved 10% off your first box, which you won't be getting if you get this box. So kind of a weird ad. But the other side is the Stan Lee comic box. It's a $20 a month box, and it gets you 4 Stan Lee covered comics, which, as I said, they're a little bit overpriced for these variant covers. So as far as $20 go, 20 bucks goes, probably worth it, even though other comic subscriptions we get is 9-10 books for 20 bucks. This is only 4, but the variant covers are usually pretty overpriced. So we'll add there. So here we go. A Stan Lee Excelsior Christmas ornament. So if this box had come out when it was supposed to come out, as far as I know, would have been January. I got it in February. Christmas ornament. Was this supposed to be a December box? Could very well be, right? Stan Lee Christmas ornament, which is going to sit on somebody's shelf for 10 months, 9 months, 12 months, you know, waiting for the holidays again. So kind of a weird choice. I'm kind of looking spoiler card wise, and it's, you know, holiday ornament, yada yada. But again, the backgrounds are very Christmassy. I'm not sure they got their timing right on this box. I'm not sure why on February 1st I would get a Christmas oriented box. So we've got a ornament. Other big item. A very unusual item. This is a Spider-Man keychain, but wow, look at how big the box is, Glenn. Well, it's a keychain, but it also has, it's a holder for the keychain with a Spider-Man figure on it. So it's a typical Spider-Man keychain, which you can kind of see down there, but it's got a stand, like a little, what do you call it? Not a tableau, a scene with a Spider-Man figure on it to hold the keychain. So very unusual. Looks pretty cool. Let me grab my knife real quick. Got a little bit of tape on it. So we'll check this out. So it looks like the cardboard part is meant to, you know, be the background and kind of keep it in there, but we will look at the rest of it first. Get the plastic off. So the keychain comes in a little plastic thing to hold it in the package. It's one of those rubberized keychains that is pretty popular now. Actually, it's pretty stiff. It doesn't bend or anything like that, but it's a pretty typical keychain. I actually like this one. It's kind of a combination between those rubbery keychains and the hard plastic ones. It's kind of a nice little combination of both. So I like the look of it, and it's light. It's not gonna, you know, it's not gonna Thor's hammer you in your car where it's weighing down your keys in your ignition. But the cool thing about it is the holder. So it's a keychain holder. And it's a little scene with Spidey. Oh, he's got a little piece of plastic I can probably get rid of. That was holding it in the box. So there we go. And it holds the keychain kind of like this. Well, let's see if I can get it to work. I'm not sure how it's supposed to hold the keychain, to be honest. Let's look at it. Okay, so it just holds it right in there, I guess, just like that. So there's your keychain holder. I don't know why you need a keychain holder, unless you're not going to have it on your keys. Or unless you're going to put this on a little end table by the front door and make it your keys holder. So pretty cool, I like it. This is a nice little figure. Oops, enough said. Excelsior on there. It's a nice, solid piece. I'm not sure it works necessarily as a keychain holder, so they might as well just said, okay, here's a little diorama. That's what the word I was trying to look for. Here's a little diorama and a keychain to go with it. Because it's not really, I mean, I guess it'll hold the keychain, but not really what you're going to use it for. So, pretty cool. I like it. That's the big item, is the Spider-Man keychain holder. Then let's get to the comics. Actually, before we get to the comics, let's get to the shirt. So we've got a shirt, play on the Beatles' Abbey Road. Looks like we've got the different stages of Stan Lee. You see Stan Lee going from the 40s with Timely Comics up into his 60s and 70s and 80s, and today 4 different Stan Lees. Pretty cool shirt. I'm not sure anybody would understand it right away. If you wore it, it's not all that flashy. It's simple, but it's cool. It's a nice quality shirt for sure. Branded Lane 7. I'm not sure what that is, what that company is, but it's a decent quality t-shirt. So there is the t-shirt. All right, now we'll get to the comics. Or actually, first we'll get to the card. We got one of these last time, the Stan Lee Fun Fact cards. This is Fun Fact number 6, The Secret to Success. Fans often ask what's the secret to the successful collaborations I've had over the years. Well, when you work with people whom you like and you admire because they're so good at what they do, it doesn't feel like work, it feels like you're playing. So there's the secret to success card. We got a card last time. So kind of makes these collectible. Again, the face is always the same, you know. So not a whole lot to go on there, but, you know, it's kind of a throw-in item. All right, the comics. We've got 2 of the same comic again with variant Stan Lee covers. So we've got, this is Amazing Spider-Man number 13, the current version of Spider-Man. So we've got the Renew Your Vows comic, Stan Lee variant. This is a color edition. Let's see. Yep, and a Stan Lee box exclusive you can see up in the top left, or top right there. So we've got that, and then we've got a black and white variant as well. So same comic. I like the bag and board. Nice. I like that they do that. But another variant of the same comic. Amazing Spider-Man number 13, Renew Your Vows. All right, so that's it. We've got the 2 comics. We've got the throw-in little card. We've got the t-shirt. We've got the keychain and keychain holder. And then we've got the surprising ornament. So let's kind of put this in the diorama holder there so you can kind of see, just to look at it. We've got the extra little diorama part in the back. So let's look at the spoiler card. Let's see. As far as the variants, it doesn't really say much. Immediate moment. Alrighty, so this is an issue that jumps 8 years after their wedding. So this is really Amazing Spider-Man, kind of talking about after their marriage. You can kind of see it there. Holiday ornament. Doesn't say much about that. Fun facts card. 60s graffiti style keychain holder. The Stan Lee Road, Abbey Road shirt. Not much else going on. So we got 1, 2, 3. I guess you can call the card an item. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items. It's okay. I'm just confused about this, first of all. You know, the comics I think are going to be overvalued again. I think the covers are cool. But you know, it's a pretty typical box. Again, it's one of those things I'm not sure I would pay $50 for it. So, so without further ado, let me get some items, values, and then the scores, and I'll be back with you. All right, gang, let's go over values and scores really quickly because I really don't want to give this box more time than it's worth because very disappointing box yet again. So as far as values go, let's start with the comics. The comics as a pair right now on eBay are going for about $21. Pretty good for 2 comics. I think the 2 Thor comics last time were $25 for the pair. These are running about $21 right now. The big item, the keychain and keychain holder, you can get for about $15 on eBay, final price. So $15 for the Spider-Man keychain and keychain holder. The Fun Facts card, for some reason, these go for $9 on eBay, which is crazy to me, but $9 for that. And then the ornament, also $9. So nobody going crazy over the Stan Lee ornament right now. Maybe closer to Christmas it might go up, but $9 for that. And then I gave the t-shirt a normal $15. Yeah, it's not my favorite t-shirt, but the t-shirt quality, the design isn't the greatest, but the quality makes it in that $15 range. That's what you pay at the store. So that's it. The total, $69 on a grand total of $58.98 with shipping. You can call it a $50 box, but it's actually closer to $60, and the value is only $69. So you're talking about 1.2 times value of the box, a lot less than last month. And the reason it's a lot less than that last month is that one thing I realized going over this and going over not last month's, but November's Stanley box is that there were 7 items in that box, only 5 in this one. So very roller coastery, inconsistent ride with Stanley so far. So that brings us to the scores for this box. I printed the wrong ones. There we go, the magic of editing. So I gave the value a C. 1.2 is just not going to cut it. I mean, if you see subscription boxes nowadays, and yeah, they kind of go all over the place, but I haven't gotten a subscription box since I've been doing videos this way and determining values and things like that. I have not gotten a subscription box that's been less than 1.7 until now. This is only 1.2, barely over the price of the box. So I gave it a C in value. Just not great, especially for what you're paying for it. Fun factor, I gave it a B. I mean, the keychain and keychain holder, they've got some future use. Remember, we're talking about things that you're going to look back on, or you're going to look in the future, and oh yeah, that was from Stanley box. And that includes wearables, things that you're going to use later. So I gave it a B because of the keychain and keychain holder. I think this is a pretty cool thing. Again, you have it by your door, holding your keys or what have you. It will actually hold something in there, which is very practical, kind of cool. The ornament's going to have a practical use later on. You put it on your tree. You go, oh, this is the Stanley box ornament. So pretty good fun factor there. The theme, I gave a D. Better together. Where is the team stuff? Maybe the comic, because it's Spider-Man and Mary Jane. Maybe. But for real, Spider-Man, very solo character, right? The other stuff is just Stan Lee box, so Stan Lee stuff. I don't really see anything to kind of make the theme happen. So a D there. Curation, I gave a C-. The comics are good, but again, an ornament. What month is this box for? It should be January, but it's got a very December feel to it. There's only 5 items versus 7 in the last box. Curation, very poor, very average. This is like a regular subscription box where the value is a little bit more, a little bit more than your $25 subscription box. But it's 5 items. It's like a standard box. You should be getting more or higher value items. So curation, not so great. But the execution, I did give a B. Good presentation. The shipping is great. I love, the execution of the items. Even the ornament is cool looking. So execution's not bad. I gave it a B. Overall, I gave this box a C-. I think I'm being pretty generous with it. It's definitely my last Stan Lee box. But if you're going to screw up some stuff, including, putting Christmas stuff in a January box, you better be high value. It better be double the value. It better have more items in it than this. So not too thrilled. C- for the Stan Lee box. And I didn't like the first one I got that much. And this one, definitely not as good as that one. So that's it for Stan Lee box. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And, this is kind of an extra little box for this month. The main boxes will come later in the month, and we'll go over those. But the next boxes, the regular subscription boxes, we're going to unbox live on Twitch in this format, but it'll be live on Twitch. I'll have you off to the side chatting with me, asking questions. We'll look up items together, and it'll be fun that way. And then I'll post them on YouTube later on. So until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.